Welcome to our second edition of 5-Minute FRQ, where I take you through an FRQ on the AP Bio exam in 5 minutes or less. As always, this information is freely available on the College Board's AP Bio website, so if you have any questions, you can look it up online. All right, this is number 8 off the 2016 AP exam. Again, on the current version of the AP exam, there are only 6 FRQs, so they will not be a number 8 on the current AP Bio test. All right, let's go. Researchers conducted a study to investigate the effect of exercise on the release of prolactin into the blood. The researchers measured the concentration of prolactin in the blood of 8 adult males before at 0 hours and after 1 hour of vigorous exercise. As a control, the researchers measured the concentration of blood prolactin in the same group of individuals at the same times of day 1 week later, but without having them exercise. The results are shown in Figure 1. All right, so before we even look at the questions, let's look at the graph. So the caption of the graph says, "The effect of exercise on blood prolactin levels in adult males. The data represent the means plus or minus 2 standard error of the mean." That symbol stands for standard error of the mean. In this case, they're doing plus or minus 2. So notice this graph has error bars, all right? My own students, we look at graphs with error bars throughout the year, and I'll still have kids at the end of the year who will miss something on a graph and say, "Oh, I didn't even see it had error bars." All right, error bars are critical to interpreting data from a graph, and if the AP exam gives you a graph with error bars, it's more than likely you're going to have to use them in the answer. And I'm seeing in this graph that all 4 of those error bars overlap, which means their ranges all in some way from top to bottom overlap one another. Okay, question A. Justify the use of the without exercise treatment as the control in the study design. So this is a question that's asked all the time. The exam will ask you, why is a certain treatment the control? And kids frequently miss it because they just say something like that this treatment is the control because it's used as a comparison. That's not good enough. Any treatment can be a comparison. The question is, in this case, why is the without exercise one the control? And the way you answer it is the purpose of the control is to make sure, and you fill in the blank, to make sure that the change in the dependent variable is due to the independent variable. In this case, on graphs, the independent variable is on the x-axis, which is exercise, and the dependent variable is on the y-axis, which is blood plasma prolactin in nanomoles per liter. So what you say is the without exercise is the control to make sure the change in blood plasma prolactin, and it doesn't hurt to throw in the unit too, and nanomoles per liter is due to exercise. Make sure the change in the dependent variable is due to the independent variable, so to make sure the change in blood plasma prolactin is due to exercise. Saying it that way will always get you the point. Now for part B, using evidence from the specific treatments, determine whether prolactin release changes after exercise, then justify your answer. So those are 2 points in part B. Part A was worth 1 point. So the error bars all overlap. So the question, does exercise have an effect? The answer is no. It's just simply put no. All right, I know the bars are different heights, but if the heights are within the range of the error bars, what you say is the difference is not statistically significant. And in this question, you can just say no, because the answer is no. Prolactin did not change after exercise. For the justification, you have to use the error bars. Now, in this graph, all 4 error bars overlap, but that's not good enough. You have to tell me which pair of error bars overlapping tells you the change is not significant or not statistically significant. You can either compare the first 2 bars, the with exercise at 0 hours and 1 hour, that change, the bars overlap, so there's no significance there, or no statistically significant change. They also accepted if you compared the 2 gray bars, the with exercise, the with exercise at 1 hour and without exercise at 1 hour, comparing those 2 bars also works. So either say that the error bars overlap of the first 2 bars or the 2 gray bars. And looking at the grading rubric, look what they accepted. For part A, the justification, they accepted to attribute changes in the concentration of blood prolactin to exercise only. That's basically what I said. They also said to rule out normal fluctuations. Maybe throughout the day your blood prolactin just goes up based upon how long you've been awake. It's to rule that out. For part B, did it have an effect? The answer is no. And the justification, there's a lot written here, but basically they're saying 2 things. They're either saying that the means are within 2 standard errors of the mean, or they're saying the error bars overlap. Either one is fine. These first 2 are comparing the means at 1 hour for both, and the second 2 are comparing the means at 0 and 1 hour for the with exercise or without exercise treatments. Okay, they did in 5 minutes. Hope that was helpful. I'll see you guys next time.